Hi there, Chalkers. Welcome to another episode of Chalking with Babycakes. Today, I know I need to make something pretty, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to hop on here real quick because I know there's going to be a lot of questions, or there have been a lot of questions that have been asked to me about what is a chalk and talk and what does it entail? What do I get out of it? How do I book one, or what happens when I attend one of yours? So I just wanted to go ahead and come on here and try to answer any of those frequently asked questions that you may have. And then I'm going to, of course, repurpose this little live here and put it in all the different shows that I have, so you guys have a quick understanding of what exactly is encompassed in a chalk and talk. So, as you know, I do host 3 chalk and talks a month, 2 in Sedalia and 1 in Cole Camp. At Cole Camp, it is at Wine Antiques and More. In Sedalia, it is at that One Place Market and the Lantern House. So this week, I actually will have one Wednesday, Friday night, and Sunday. And you can go out on my Facebook page, my events tab, and it'll have all that information in there of where I will be and what classes I have. So what does it entail? What are you getting out of this? Well, the whole premise behind the chalking, it is a washable chalk paste. And what will happen is if you get a non-porous surface, one of the chalkboards that I provide, or bring your own, you can wash that design off whenever you want to update it. So the whole premise is that you have one surface and you can update your decor anytime you want just by washing that design off and putting a new one on there. So you don't have to have a stack of stuff in storage when you want to change your decor out. You can just come to one of my classes, change it out, buy a stencil, change it out, however you want to do it. Of course, if you want to keep that design, you can. You don't have to wash it off. Just don't get it wet. It won't immediately just wash off when it gets wet. You do have to apply a little pressure on it to wash it off. So there is that. So the premise behind a chalk and talk. Now, what you'll get from me, or if you do it on a porous surface, it's not going to come off. Not as easily, at least. There will be some ghosting on there. And even on some of the chalkboards I've seen, some of the ones that aren't the company's chalkboards, they do a little ghosting too. That's where they say you need to wax it before you put the stuff on there, because then that helps when you want to take the stuff off. Now, like I said, if you want to keep it on there permanently, you are more than welcome to keep it on there permanently. So what happens? So you see I have a chalk and talk coming up and you want to come. Well, I have a whole list, a whole price list, and these are all the surfaces that I can offer, I can get to you. Now, here's the thing. I do not keep them all in stock at all times. So for your best selection, I need you to let me know what surface you want at least 2 weeks in advance. It takes me at least 2 weeks to get these surfaces in. So if you want something specific and you want to make sure that I do have it, then you need to go ahead and make sure that you let me know which surface you want. And this will be posted in every create and take or chalk and talk that I do. So make sure you have that out there. Now, I will bring extra surfaces with me to class, but that might not be what you want. But that's what you're going to kind of get stuck with. Sorry. It's just the way it's going to be because I don't keep everything in stock. So if there is something specific, especially the larger ones, so I can get the larger ones, but I don't keep those in stock just because they're such a hassle. I don't have a lot of room to be able to keep them in stock. So if you want one of the larger ones, like the 18 by 24 or the 12 by 18, make sure you let me know at least 2 weeks in advance. If you don't get to me 2 weeks in advance, I may have it in stock, I may not. So if I can't get it, then maybe the next class I will be able to get it to you. Also with designs, I have a plethora of stencils for you to choose from. Fall, spring, winter, I mean, you name it, I've pretty much got it. However, if there is a custom stencil you want made, because I may not have one, you can get with me ahead of time and I can see if I either have something that will fit or if I need to make one. If I do need to make you one, it will be a like extra charge of like $5 to $10 depending on what the design is. So I needed 2 weeks to be able to do that as well, because it does take me some time to make these stencils for the ones that I make. If you see one on the catalog or the website that you want and I don't have in stock, again, 2 weeks ahead of time. Sorry, it takes about 2 weeks for me to get the stuff in. So now you come to my class. You didn't let me know which surface you want ahead of time. So you choose one when you get to class, and then you go through all my stencils. And like I said, they come in all shapes and sizes. So I have something that will speak to you. Somebody always finds something. So then what we'll do is I'll do a short demo for you of how to chalk. And I'll go over my tips and tricks and everything. And then you get to do a little practice piece, especially if it's your first time. I give you a little chalkable chip with a little stencil and a little squeegee so you can practice. And then once you practice, then you go ahead and you make your design. So that's kind of how the roundabout way goes. It's really easy. Chalking is really easy. I mean, I know you've seen me do it on my lives, and because I've been doing it for a couple years now. So I've figured out the different things that I can do, and I know not everybody has been able to do it as long as I have. So you're going to take a little bit longer. And that's what I'm there to help you with. I am there to help you choose your design, choose your colors, choose your surface from what I do have with me there, if you haven't done so in advance, if you haven't purchased it in advance. Your best selection is always, 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 I can't hammer this home enough, is always going to be get it to me ahead of time for your best selection. And I will promise I will do everything I can to make sure that I have what you want, as long as you give me 2 weeks advance notice. Now, I know some of you don't see the class pop up until later, and we can just work that out. I would be more than happy to do whatever I can to make sure you get the stencil you want. The other thing, hosting one. So you've been to one of mine, or you can't come to one of mine because they're just not on the right nights, they're not in the right location. Well, guess what? I will come to you. You get at least 5 participants there, and I will come to you. Hey, Christy, thanks for popping on. It's good to see you this Sunday. So I will come to you. At least you need to have at least 5 people there. That's what I prefer. And then I do special deals. So if you have 5 to 10 people there that are doing a design, you get your class for free, basically. $25, and you get your class for free. Anything over $25, you have to pay that. Depending on which surface it is, it could only be a couple bucks. Or if you bring your own surface, it can only be a couple bucks. And we'll get back to that one in a minute. Now, the second thing, if you have 10 or more people, you get $50 off your order. So you can choose one of the big surfaces. But again, I will need you to let me know if you want one of those bigger surfaces. I know. Can we all say it together? 2 weeks in advance. Hey, Rachel, thanks for popping. I don't know. Have you moved yet? I haven't seen you around, I know. So, okay. 2 weeks in advance. Let's all say it together. 2 weeks in advance. I know, that's really weird, right? So, 6 to 10 or 10 or more people, and you get $50 off of the cost of your class. Whether it be you do 1 surface or 2 surfaces, however you want to work it. Now, the other thing, what was I saying before about bringing your own surface? Well, guess what? You can bring your own surface. I don't care. That doesn't bother me at all. If you do choose to bring your own surface, you need to make sure that you get it approved through me beforehand. And it will be, the cost of your class will be determined by the cost of the size of your surface. So if you get a 9x12 or smaller, it will be $14. And if you get a larger than a 9x12, it'll be $20. And that's using all my stencils, all my paste. So I bring everything. If you are hosting it yourself, I will need a place to set up. So I need to make sure that you have enough room for me to spread my stencils out so people can choose what the design they are, a place for me to put the paste so people can go grab what color paste they want. I need a place for me to set up the wash bins so people can wash the let them dry. So I have my wash bins and my puppy pads out so the stencils can get cleaned up and dried. So we need places for all that, and then of course places for people to sit. It's not like some of your traditional painting parties where you know, like somebody might have like a little dish with like the different colors on it, or little tubs with the colors in it. You will be sharing the different pastes amongst everybody in there. I do have like a lot of the popular paste. I might have a couple of paste tubs of it. And like my stencils, most of them I really only have one stencil of each. So if there's something that you're going to want, and you know your friend's going to want, and maybe your third friend that you're bringing too, if you all want to do the same thing, you're either going to have to share my one stencil, or you're going to have to let me know, let's say it, 2 weeks in advance, so I can get a second or third copy. So this way it doesn't take as long. But again, it doesn't take that long to chalk. It depends on how intricate you make your design, how many colors you choose, if there's a bunch of different stencils that you're mixing and matching together. So it's super easy. It's not that hard. And I know a lot of people are super scared when they see, oh, it's a chalk and talk. What is this? What's this mean? Well, it's kind of like your paint and sips, but it's different. And the whole premise is you have one surface and you get to change that out whenever you want to. But again, like I said, you can keep your design if you want to. So I think I got a lot of the big questions. So again, you come to my class. I do have extra surfaces that I bring with me to class, but for your best selection, I need 2 weeks advance notice of what you want. So I can make sure I have the surface you want at class with me. If there's a specific design that you are definitely looking for, let me know a couple weeks in advance so I can make sure I have that, or have something that will work for what you're looking for. Paste colors, I have a slew of them, so you'll be able to find something. And then again, if you want to host your own, I can come to you, get 5 people together, and I would love to come to you. And I mean, it's great. Team building, church groups, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts. I mean, it doesn't matter. I will come and chalk with just about anybody because it's so fun. It's so easy. Birthday parties. I mean, it's great. It's a lot of fun. So check out my events page to see where I'm heading out next. Like I said, I got 3 classes this week, so it's perfect time to come check it out. And I'm kind of booked for private chalk and talks through the end of the year. So I'm going to start booking them for next year. So get a hold of me if you want. I hope if you have any additional questions that I didn't get to here. Hey, Brandy, I'm looking forward to that pumpkin bread tomorrow. If I didn't answer your questions on this live or on the replay, please, please, please put your comments, put your questions in the comments, and I will go ahead and get to them. I'm also, I started a frequently asked questions tab on a note tab on my page. So hopefully some of the questions are out there. But if you ask something that I don't already have addressed, then I will get it put out there. So thank you guys for tuning in today. Sorry I wasn't doing any chalking. Sorry I didn't pop on Thursday like I normally do. It's just been crazy, crazy busy. And I hope you will join me this week at one of my classes or at any of my other classes that I have scheduled. Until then, I will see you guys later. Happy Sunday.